Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the West Australian State Speed Puzzling Competition, which happened on the 21st of June on a very wintry day, very bucketed, lots of rain, which we are not used to seeing here in Perth. So it made for a nice change, but probably not for going in and out of the venue. But anyway, it was a good day to be indoors doing something fun like speed puzzling. So in this year's competition, we had a teams race and a solos race. And for the first time, we had the inter-school puzzle club competition, the final. For them was like their state final, so they had some seats off to the side of us, of the the main competitors. So these were like students, I think, from probably around, I don't know, primary school to high school age. So there was a good range. I can't remember how many tables they had, but it was only just a few. So they had their own trophies and their own medals, which was great to see. This was started by Deanna Healy, who was actually, she's a local, and she's the one who actually started the Australian Jigsaw Puzzle Association, which she's no longer the president of. She stepped down, but now she's doing this inter-school puzzle club, which is great. Good to see kids getting off their screens and doing something, a hobby that's more tactile. So apart from them, we also had stalls. We had Games World, who had a big stall there, and they were selling some products. And there were some other sort of stalls there selling all sorts of puzzle-related things. And also the official association merchandise table, where you could buy this t-shirt, but in all different colors, and other related things. There was also set up a small table there for a puzzle sprint, where you get like a very small puzzle and you try to do it as quick as possible. And also puzzle chess, which I've not done, but it was set up there for people to try out. And there's probably quite a lot of people who haven't done it. Sort of fairly new concept, especially for us over here in the West. And so there was lots of people, there were hundreds of people. It was in a big pavilion at the Claremont Showgrounds, and there was good lighting, there was trestle tables everywhere, there were people dressed up as well, teams mostly I noticed, but even like some of the solo people, they had their puzzle themed items on there. So anyway, I went there and I got some new equipment. I'm a bit of a Luddite. I'm still learning how to use this equipment, particularly the gimbal. So lots of little gadgets and things. So my partner Marcus and I, we did take quite a bit of footage. And, it's a little bit rough, still getting used to using it. And so you might get a few sort of odd angle shots and what have you. But I'll put together a bit of a video of what I just spoke about, just so to give you an overview of, what the space looked like and, see the people there, what have you. So, I will maybe then just get you to have a look at it, and then I'll be back to talk about the very first race, which was the teams race. So roll the tape. one thing that I forgot to mention. People who bought tickets to this event to race, they actually got an exclusive, well, 2 gifts. One was during, I think, the teams, and the other one was in the solo. And they were from Peace Relax. So I'll just show you. It's, I think, I haven't opened it up, but what I think it is, it's a badge. And it's all puzzle pieces that you can put together. And I thought it's done exclusively for the association, and it's got all these Australian birds around the side, so it's really beautiful. I look forward to putting that one together, and now I'm putting it on display here. And then the other thing was something rather special, another, again for the association from Peace Relax. And I didn't realize it, but when you open it at the back, what it is, it's a jigsaw puzzle that's actually a jacket cover, so you can put your book in, and it comes with a bookmark. And I thought that the image was rather cute, so totally unexpected. Not expecting this, it's unexpected. So that was a nice little surprise that we got. Actually did meet 2 of the guys from Peace Relax at Nationals. They were there with Donna Louise, who's a very well-known Canadian, New Zealander puzzle grammer on YouTube. And yeah, so it was great. So thanks to them. And yeah, on to teams. Now, with teams, there was 106 teams competing. You could have a maximum of 4 people on your team. You didn't have to have the 4, but honestly, if you're doing a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, you probably want 4 people on your team. But I realized that some people couldn't make up a team of 4, or someone dropped out at the last minute and they couldn't replace them. But from what I noticed looking around the room, it looked like most of the teams were of 4 people. We had 2 hours to complete a 1,000 Ravensburger puzzle. Now, my team is called Pure Chaos, and I came up with that name because I just kind of felt like it just feels like pure chaos when we're puzzling, even though it's not. But I also thought it was a fun name, so we went with it. And one of our teammates, Karen, she actually got little badges made up with our names on it and the team name and that, which I thought was nice. We didn't quite have the time to, well, by the time we thought of it, we didn't have time to get team t-shirts, but that was fine. And yes, so we started practicing. I formed a team in late December after I got back from Nationals. And I thought, I really want to get a local team going. I didn't know whether our state one would have a team race, because some years we don't. We get pairs instead of teams. But I thought, you know what, there's online races that are happening with teams, so we could at least do that. So we started practicing like once a month and once a fortnight, and then getting close to the actual competition, you know, we did it weekly, and we will meet at our homes, and one of us would pick a puzzle, and the puzzles that we chose Ravensburger only ones because we knew they were going to be the sponsors. We chose a variety of puzzles to do, whether they were like illustrations or photographic landscapes, you name it. We wanted to mix it up. We did some really hard ones that took us over 2 hours to do. We had ones that were much easier that, you know, took us about an hour, just over an hour to do. So really how well we did with them really depended on the image we found. It's a good idea to practice, and you know, we thought, well, at least we're going to go in there prepared. So we were actually allowed to open the bags that were sitting on our tables and just take a moment to look at the actual image. Now, what is really great is that when we opened up, everyone opened it at the same time, and you just hear this roar in the venue when people saw what it was. And what it was it was called Vintage Knitting and Crochet by Amy Stewart, and I'll just grab it here to show you. So this is it, and it's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? It's got all the colors happening here. It's nice and bright. Amy Stewart does tend to do really detailed images at times. Now this had a lot of detail, but it wasn't too much detail. There was, you know, different areas that you could work on. So what happened is that when we opened it up and everybody got excited, we quickly sort of came up, okay, we'll do this, that, and we'll do that. You do that section. And the first thing that when I was looking at it, I thought, oh, I'm going to do the people and, you know, the writing that stands out to me. That's what I'll do. So anyway, we got going and that went out the window, and I was the worst offender for this, because you can look at this and plan, but when you actually see the pieces in front of you, that's when I sort of went, no, actually what's standing out to me is, you know, this purple here is standing out to me, and then these balls of string were standing, and this was standing out to me. It was just, so it was pure chaos. So anyway, we just roll with it and we had fun while we were doing it. I don't know if you can see it, but in the corner here, there's this child, and Vicky was on this side of the table. So she was working on this, and as we kept finding pieces for her, we throw them across and we'll say, that's the creepy kid, that's the creepy kid in the corner. Then Marcus ended up actually doing the people here, and so when we found pieces, we'll go, oh, I've got some of Marcus's lady pieces. So we just kept saying Marcus's ladies. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were so pleased to get this. We were pleased to not actually get a photographic landscape, which a lot of the, you know, I think it was the South Australians or the Tasmanians did get, and they're actually much harder, especially when there's also water and there's a reflection. So this was an absolutely delight. When I spoke to people after the race, they were so pleased to get this. It was such a nice puzzle to do. So yeah, we got stuck into it, and it was a little bit disconcerting that actually during the race, because what was happening is the school kids who were having their own separate race, and I think they were doing like a 500 piece Ravensburger amongst, I think in teams of 2, I think. Anyway, they were finishing much earlier than us, and we could hear these cheers and roars, and we're thinking, hang on, did someone finish our puzzle? And it got quite confusing until we realized, no, someone didn't just finish in 30 minutes, but someone did finish quite quickly. So anyway, let's just say again, I said there was 106 teams competing, and out of those 106, 63 finished in the 2-hour mark. And special mention to Team Four Corners, because they finished theirs in 1 hour, 59 minutes and 30 seconds. They finished within 30 seconds of the cutoff time. So that was quite a feat. So the winners were actually Jigsaws Anonymous, that's their team name, and they finished in 42 minutes and 58 seconds, which is just amazing. That's fast. And then you have a look at the people who are in that team, and what it is basically, it was a group of ladies who, what I would call, you know, sort of like a star team. Basically, it's made up of people who over the years have come first, second or third on and off here in Western Australia at our competitions. So it wasn't terribly surprising that they won. Thrilled for them that they won and did so great. And then second place finished in 1 hour, 2 minutes and 55 seconds. And that was pure chaos. That was my team. So yes, I got a medal. For the first time in my life, I've actually won a medal. I've never won a medal. I've never won a trophy. So there it is, and it's engraved in the back. It just says basically the Western Australian State Competition 2025 teams, second place. So yes, it's silver for second place, and there was a third as well. And the third team was Twinner Chicken Dinner, okay, with 1 hour, 4 minutes and 7 seconds. So they were right on our tails. And then after that, there was quite a few. I'll put the graph up so you can have a look to see the spread of the teams and their times and how they were sort of bunched. So yeah, there was quite a jump from first and second place. It's about 15 minutes, doesn't seem like a long time, but it is in speed puzzling, so well done to first place. So yeah, we then afterwards got in, well, after the teams race, because we had finished. Oh, I might add that when we finished, it was chaotic right at the end because we were missing one piece, which Vicky noticed, and then Marcus ducked underneath the table and found it, put the last piece in. So there was a last minute chaos to our finish, which no matter how, careful you try to be, one piece on the floor, it happens. So yeah, and I was so in the zone of doing this puzzle with my team that I didn't notice there was cameras around us. I didn't notice that there was a whole heap of volunteers and people standing around. And when we finished, and I was like, oh, okay. And I turned to one of the volunteers and I said, where did we place? And they said, well, you came second. And I was shocked. I was utterly shocked. I had no idea. And going into it, Vicky, Marcus and Karen and I, we did not, we were hoping we were going to place, but, we didn't really know. This is our first time competing in a competition together as a team. So, yeah, all that practice paid off and we were thrilled about it. So what happened after the race, after we finished? Well, the race kept going for another hour, and our team got invited then to go and do some of the commentary for the rest of the race. So if you go onto YouTube, I'll put the link in the description in the association's YouTube channel. They actually have the live stream recording on there, and probably about the last 40 half an hour minutes of the team race. Marcus and I did the commentating. Our other two teammates didn't. It was just Marcus and I. And who knew? We had the gift of the gab. We had no problems chatting away and, commentating on what we were seeing happening in front of us. And I got to say, it was so much fun commentating. Absolutely loved it. And yeah, we're thinking of going to nationals. And if we do make it to nationals, we will perhaps be commentating there again. So, stay tuned for that. But yes, so after we commentated, the race finished and we had the presentations. For the presentations, we, of course, third, second, and then first got invited up onto the stage. And I have to say, it was surreal for me to get up on the stage and, get my medal awarded to me by one of the top speed puzzlers, Mel Townsend, and yeah, it was quite the experience. We also got some Ravensburger puzzles as well. I think the winners might have gotten a gift voucher on top of that as well. I'm not sure, but really for me at the end of the day, yeah, love it, absolutely love it, and I was thrilled. So yeah, I will show you some footage that we took of the presentation, and also I went around and videoed people who are still working on their puzzles. And so hopefully you enjoy seeing that. And you might even see yourself and your team busy finishing their 1,000 puzzles. So have a look, and when we've rolled that tape, it'll be time to talk about the solos, which I also competed in.